So when I made my first £10,000 in a month, and it wasn't actually even in a month, it was around 8 days, I believe, overall, right? 10,000 British pounds, I think it was around $12,000 or something along those lines, $13,000, right? In 8 days. This was in November 2023. And I remember I was reflecting on it with a nice little pen and paper, and I was thinking to myself, what was it that got me to that position? Because literally a month before that, I was absolutely broke. You guys have seen it in real time. I recorded it and I documented the whole journey. I had minus money in the bank account. You guys know the story. A month later, I made my first 10K, right? And I did it within 8 days. By the end of the month, I'd have to go check the screenshots, but I think it was more around 17, 18K, I think, within the 30-day period. And I didn't work the whole 30 days as well. So it was a very, very, significant accomplishment. And I asked myself, what was it that got me to that point? What was the turning point? Because I love to reflect, I love to learn, as I'm sure you do as well, hence why you're watching my videos. So there's 3 things that I noticed, that I changed when it comes to me making 10K. And it wasn't the business model, it wasn't anything really physical that I was doing. It was more of the person that I was. Now, I'm going to explain to you what I mean here, because I get this DM all of the time on Instagram and emails and stuff like that. People are always asking me, what's the best business model? Is it Forex trading? Is it copywriting? Is it e-commerce? Just tell me the best business model, Luke. I'll tell you, lad, doesn't matter what business model you do. You can make a shit ton of money in any industry if you are the man that you need to be. Okay? First things first then, is you need to understand that consistency is one of the most important things. Now, I'm not going to give you the same cliche advice that everyone else gives you. Be consistent, bro, because everyone always says that. Of course you need to be consistent. Of course you need to do something multiple times, consistently, over and over again for you to be successful. Of course you do. You already know that. You're not stupid, right? But what does this actually mean? I realized this back when I was broke and I was working at this restaurant job for 2 shifts. I worked 2 shifts at a restaurant job at Manchester Airport. It was 4 a.m. shifts. And I remember on the last shift, on the second day, I was still trying to hustle and build up my coaching business through my YouTube at the time. And I was trying to find a way to make money online. And my main way of doing it at the time was make YouTube videos like this one and promote my coaching services one-to-one. And I realized the one mistake I was making back then was I was not putting enough time and energy in terms of actual metric, like measurable hours of time putting into the business per day, than I could have done. I was kind of just flowing here and there. I'd make a video, come back to it in a bit, talk to my family for ages, eat dinner and watch YouTube for 8. I wasn't really prioritizing my time correctly. And then it hit me. I was working this 9-to-5 job at a restaurant, 4 a.m. shifts, absolutely sleep deprived. I was literally dozing off like that on the tram back. It was horrible, but I needed it because it taught me a valuable lesson. Why do you get paid in the 9-to-5 world? Because it's not about you. They don't care about you in particular. They could replace you within the second that you leave. It's about the time that you dedicate to them. You are getting paid for your time. You work from 9 till 5 and you get paid to be there and dedicate your time and energy to that company and that service for that day. That's why you get paid. So I thought, well, I'm doing that. What if I just took the risk, quit this shitty fucking brokey job and put 8 hours a day, and actual 8 hours, non-distracted, non-cut off hours every single day of just sitting down and focusing on my business that I wanted to improve, finding different things I could add in, implementing new ideas that I've got, finding ways to innovate what I was already doing, make it even better, find ways to scale it up and make even more money than what I'm currently doing. What if I dedicated 8 hours every day of physical energy, sitting down, recording the videos, making the coaching, etc., and mental energy, thinking about how I could make it even better? What if I did that? Then what would happen? And that's exactly what I did. Quit my job after 2 shifts, because at the time I was kind of bouncing from job to job, trying to find something that fit for me. 2 shifts at this shitty job. I remember I walked into because I was a waiter, right? I used to take the plates in and serve them to the customers. I remember one time I was taking the plates back from the table from these customers, and I walked into the back kitchen where the chefs were. They would prepare the food, of course. And you were supposed to give the plates, the dirty plates that customers finished with, back to the chefs so they could wash it. And this fat fuck comes in, full speed towards me while I'm holding these plates. And on these plates, I'm balancing a coffee cup, still has a bit of coffee in it. And this fucking fat cunt bangs into me Coffee spilt all over my nice ironed, clean uniform shirt, all over me. Plates all over the floor. I look up at him in disbelief that he's just been stupid enough to do that. And you know what he said to me? "Oh, sorry, it was an accident. Just like you." Like, bro, is this guy disabled? Do you want to die, mate? Like, you fucking serious? I was already pissed off because I was sleep deprived. Then you spilled coffee on me, and then you make some retarded, stupid joke about how I'm an accident and I wasn't meant to be born. Do you want to die? That's what I was thinking. Now, of course, I'm a respectful and professional individual, so I didn't kill him. But he's a bit disabled or like something mentally wrong in his brain, of course. So I let him off. I was like, "Ah, yeah, funny joke, mate." I have to clean my fucking shirt. Anyway, left the kitchen, quit the job after that. I was done with it. And I thought, right, I'm going hard on this shit. Every single day I'm dedicating I don't care if I don't sleep, I'm dedicating all of my time and energy to this business to find a way to force it to work. I was dreaming about work, mate. I was hustling. And you know what happened? I pulled it off. Shortly after that, went to Thailand, saw my girlfriend out there, had a fucking good time. And after that point, it spiraled into success. And since then, I've never been broke again. That was the last time I ever worked a job, and it was a fucking beautiful story. Now, obviously, there's more little loopholes in between. You can go and watch the older videos if you want to learn about that story itself and how I actually made it a reality. But point being there is I put more consistent time and energy into the thing that I wanted to make money from in order to blow it up and scale it up to the next level. That's number one. Some of you guys are just not working hard enough. At the end of your 9 to 5, you're coming home and giving it like an hour. You're watching a YouTube video on how to do copywriting. If that was going to make you rich, everyone would be rich. You're not going to find it on YouTube. Side note, I actually have a school that you can find in the bio and in the comment section down below, and that will literally teach you step by step the things that you're not going to find on YouTube, because like I said, if it was on YouTube, you'd all be rich already. But that will teach you step by step how to take any business from literally ground zero, 9 to 5 world, transition it like I did, and I'm talking all the practical autistic shit. Like, what do you say when you answer the phone to a client? Like, all of that shit. And how you can scale it up to a minimum of 10K per month. Now, the reason I say 10K is because that is kind of anywhere in the world. If you're making £10,000 per month, you can live quite comfortably. So that's the reason that I will, aim for that level. Hello, babe. You're right. Try not to get in the camera, love. Don't want you getting exposed. Right, lads. Second, constant innovation plus actioning on that ideas that you have as soon as possible, okay? Now, when I quit my job and I started dedicating more time and energy to my business that I wanted to make money from, one thing that I did was I started to create a video course. Now, you can actually find the video course inside of my school, which is linked down below. And it was a sexual mastery video course. It basically teaches young men how to solve sexual issues such as your porn addiction or premature ejaculation, etc. And it walks you through the entire framework that you need as a young man to be sexually competent, right? So I released that as a standalone course at the time for around $75. I had this idea in my brain and I implemented it as soon as I had it. And as soon as I implemented it and put it out into the real world, I started to instantly make money from it. It was almost like the universe rewarded me for actually taking action, okay? Now, when you have ideas, a lot of you guys are just postponing it, you're procrastinating, you're overthinking it, you're thinking to yourself, now's not the time, I'll wait, I'm too busy, I'm too tired, I'm focusing on too much at the moment, I'll do it in a bit, okay? You guys are making any excuse to not implement the idea, you're literally just prolonging your success. By the way, the reason I didn't put my girlfriend on camera is not because I don't want you guys to see her, it's because she just got out of the shower, so any questions, I'll clear that up right now. Regardless, so first things first, you've now put in more time and energy into your business, okay, which is step one. More consistent time and energy focused on your business. The second thing you're going to do is anytime you get an idea, you're going to implement it as soon as possible and try it out. Rather than thinking, what if? Damn, bro. Yo, this iPhone is crazy. I don't know what it's doing. It's spazzing out. iPhone 15, mate, camera's insane, but it does weird shit that I'm not familiar with every now and then. So when you start to implement ideas as soon as possible, rather than thinking, what if it works, what if it doesn't, reality will tell you if it works when you've actually tried it. So I didn't know whether the video course was going to be a success until I tried it. So instead I implemented it, I put it out there, I started marketing it, I worked my absolute hardest to make the best sales page I could. I created a landing page for it, everything. Tried so hard to make it the best I could, put it out there into the world. It got results, it worked, it made me a shit ton of money very, very quickly. Cool, that's reality teaching me, well done. This thing that you did, this idea that you did, this action that you took led to this consequence, and this consequence was successful. Okay, now all I have to do is keep replicating that same process over and over again, and it's free money. I print money from the sky. You have to understand that every action has a consequence. The actions that you're currently doing right now have led you to where you are. So if you are broke right now and you don't have at least £10,000 in your bank account, then you need to analyze your current actions that you're doing on a daily basis and ask yourself, why are these actions not leading me to where I want to go? What do I need to do differently to start to change things in my favor? You want to make money, but your current actions are not leading you there. So by you thinking, if I just do the same thing every day, maybe one day something will change, that's not how it works, okay? Instead, you need to change your daily actions, and the first and best way you can do that is by joining my school down below. And this is not a sales pitch, it's just an offer. Because obviously, if you're intelligent enough to watch this video, you're intelligent enough to understand if you surround yourself with positivity and knowledge that you can't find on YouTube every single day, and they're the actions that you're taking instead of your current ones, of course, your consequences are going to change and you're going to get a very, very nice life and you're going to start to live the kind of life that you want. But you will only get those consequences and be able to live that reality if you change your current actions. So rather than doing what you're already doing right now, come and learn and do something different inside of my school. And we will teach you exactly how to make money. And then watch how in real time your reality changes, just like mine did. I'm only 22 at the time recording this video, 22 years old. When I hit my first 10K and then after that 20K in 1 month, and when I say a month, I'm talking more like 10 days, 15 days, depending on the month itself. I was only 21 years old. 21 years old and I made more money than doctors in a week. It's crazy. It's actually ridiculous how the levels to this game that you can reach if you actually put the energy and time into it. It's ridiculous. So constantly implement ideas that you have. Also, you need to add innovation into your life. You need to constantly find ways that you can improve whatever it is that you're currently doing and make it just 1% better every single day. So I would constantly check the sales page that I'd already written for my video course, the one that was already making me money, it was already a success, right? It already worked, but I still came every single day and tried to find ways to perfect it, right? And obviously you don't want to overdo this because what's the old saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But at the same time, there's always something more that you could do to perfect the situation and just make it a little bit better. All right, so you need to make sure you're focusing on that and you're constantly trying to find ways, whether it's the way you talk to women, whether it's the way you work out in the gym, whether it's the way you try and make money, you just try and find ways to just make it a little bit better every single day, because that small action that you do on a daily basis will compound into something. Give him a wave, babe. It will compound into something very, very big in the end, okay? Third and final one then is abundance and the vibration that you operate on. I'll give you some privacy. So, abundance and the vibration that you operate from. Okay, this is important because you need to understand that if your current mindset and the current energy that you're operating from and living from on a daily basis is that of a broke person, someone that's scared to spend money, someone that's terrified of living life and trying things and taking risks, then how are you going to expect to become and live the life of a man that makes £10,000 per month? It's just not going to happen. So you need to adopt a different mindset. You need to become a different person. This is why I don't really give you guys business model tips. I save that for the school itself. If you're interested in learning the business models, you can actually go through the video courses inside of my school and I will teach you the nitty gritty practical business model stuff. But really you guys need to start focusing on how you can become the kind of man that makes 10K, not just make 10K. You need to become that man first. You have to kind of do the process backwards. It's interesting. So I want you to start this bit of homework for you. Practice thinking abundantly and thinking as if you were already the guy that makes 10K. How would you walk? How would you talk? How would you shake hands, make eye contact? What thoughts would you feed into? What habits would you have? What routine would you follow on a daily basis? Everything down to the smallest details, because the more you kind of embody that version of yourself, the more you will attract that kind of energy back to you. So it's very interesting how, when I first started to make money, I went to London with my girlfriend and we were eating £200 lunch in the Shard and going on Savile Row and seeing Rolls Royces drive past. I was surrounded by money and abundance. And it's interesting that when I was in that mindset and we were taking taxis everywhere, I told you boys, and I've shown you on camera, how I used to ride around on fucking stolen bikes and stuff like that with holes in my shoes, right? And that energy that I was operating from was broke boy energy. So naturally, I was attracting more of that. Okay, how would I ever expect to make £10,000 per month when I'm thinking like a broke boy? It doesn't work. You need to become a new person. And the way that you do that is by monitoring your thoughts, paying attention to them, okay, and controlling them. Make sure you never feed into anything that is less than who you want to be. So if the version of yourself and the vibration that he would be operating on if he was making 10K per month, if he's not thinking to himself, well, I don't know if I should buy that £3 sandwich because it might affect my rent this month, or, some bullshit like that, or you're feeling guilty about spending money. Instead, just adopt the mindset of, I'll just make it back. Live in complete abundance. And you adopt that mindset instead, you'll start to find that money just naturally flows back to you again. You're letting it go. You're not attached to it so much. Because the more that you're pedestalizing money and looking at it as this amazing thing that is the be-all, end-all of life, you're putting so much emphasis on the money side of things rather than who you are as a person. And that's the mistake you're making. You need to become a new person. You do that by monitoring what goes on up here. Okay? Everything you do, from the way that you walk down the street to the way that you think, needs to be on the same vibration and energy level as the person that you want to be in the future. All right, so keep that in mind. The school is down below in the description and in the comment section if you want to join that and really take your self-improvement to the next level. And if you're serious about getting rich and you're not just saying it like everyone else does, click the link in the comments, join the school, and I look forward to welcoming you inside. Take care, boys.